Hi everyone, I'm Steve. As you probably know if you've been watching our videos, I'm with Nicole, the gut girl. How you doing, Nicole?
Good.
So we're talking off camera on kind of how to title this. We're going to talk about all the things that kind of seem intangible that affect our health, starting with children. And I know this is what you do. You're a nutritionist, and we'll give you more information at the end of the video if you want to know how to uh, get more information from Nicole and how to find out the services that she provides. But we'll get to that at the end. So we're talking about um, we believe that people are becoming more aware of their health
Hmm.
ever since the dreaded virus that we won't mention because
Mention.
we don't want to be censored. Um, so let's talk about I just want to let you kind of go on, okay, this is a child and this is the food that's put in front of them and the health choices and so on. So talk a little bit about how it starts with our children's health.
Okay, so when someone is born, they are born with leaky gut. And that is so that you absorb nutrients, collect antibodies from their mother's colostrum.
Hey,
Okay.
wait a minute. Why are they born with leaky gut?
So that they get this, so that they can absorb everything the mother has to give through the colostrum, through the um, breastfeeding, all of that kind of stuff. Okay, and I'm not knocking the people who can't breastfeed, but that's what it has been designed for. So what I'm seeing now has kind of been absolutely shocking to me. So I have more and more children coming through my doors to be seen and to have like specialty tests done on them rather than the traditional lab testing because of behavioral changes, because of bowel issues. I have so many children right now who are constipated, and that's because when the window changes and they need to form those tight junctions in order to fight bacteria and that kind of stuff, they're not able to do that because of our food sources. The mothers are eating poor food, they're eating the standard American diet. And again, I'm not knocking anyone, I'm just saying what I'm seeing. And they're not getting the nutrients because our soils are tainted, our water system has been tainted. We're not It's because we have poor diet, we have more stress, there's more inflammation, they've been given more antibiotics. More children come through my doors that have had more antibiotics than I have ever seen, and it's causing and wreaking havoc on their bodies. So that tight junction is not forming. They're not forming a good immune system. So now we're leading into teen years. And just in the last month, I've seen 5 teenagers who have fatty livers. How is that even possible?
Yeah,
It's mind
yeah,
blowing.
they're not they haven't been drinking alcohol since they were 2.
No, absolutely not.
And so I see where you're going with this, the pattern of the unhealth, but like our title says, and it starts with even if the mother is breastfeeding and she's getting foods that are not healthy,
Mhm.
that's gonna even if she's breastfeeding and she's a filter, that's gonna affect her child.
Well, you just said the key word there. And that's something that I wish I would have known everything I know now. And that's why we're getting the word out there more and more, is because you said it. That is the key phrase. She's the filter. She's the filter. And we're not knocking any of that. So many people don't understand what good nutrition is, and they don't understand what they're putting in their body. Their foods wrapped in plastic. All of the things that, alcohol consumption went up through the roof during that virus. That's what didn't go down in the economy was alcohol. We're filtering so much through our bodies now that our bodies can't do it. And now we're passing that on to our children. And I just did I did a like a health fair thing at a local middle school here in town. I was shocked at the obesity and the behavioral issues that were coming through. That's because, and we talked about this too, the easy fixes of cereals and what's in them and the dyes and all of that kind of stuff, it's wreaking havoc on our children.
Yeah, I mean, I want to point back to it's easy, but maybe it's not so easy to improve your health in this environment. But I think the first thing is just being aware of you can't just go grab stuff
No.
at the grocery store. You can't even just go grab an apple off the shelf at the grocery store. So I think to kind of get to what we're talking about, why is it or how can we improve health in an easy way? The first thing is to be aware of all these things we're
Yes.
talking about and then avoid them, right? So
Right.
give us a few pointers on how to avoid this big mess.
Okay, you guys have all heard this. Shop the perimeter of the store. And if you don't, if you're seeing an apple that's this big, an apple should be this big. Literally. It don't be prideful off of buying, oh man, this apple's huge and it's juicy and blah 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 blah. Buy from your local farmers. There are plenty of them, even in big cities. It is catching, it's easy to do. Don't buy processed milk. Don't buy 2% milk, 1% milk. If you're going to buy milk, buy whole milk. If you're going to do, if you're going to do breads, do a sourdough. Do you know how many people right now are making their own sourdough and selling it? Go know your ingredients. Look at your ingredients. If there's 20 things versus 3, don't buy it. If there's seed oils in it, sunflower, safflower, soybean, canola, put it down. Don't buy it. If it's, ask. Go to a restaurant and ask, what is this cooked in? Is it cooked in tallow or is it cooked in canola oil? If it is cooked in canola oil, have a salad.
Yeah. And what's the salad dressing? You got to ask them that too.
There you go. Yes. Well,
Is it real olive oil?
yeah,
The higher end restaurants, they make their own salad dressing because
right,
the chefs are kind of snobby and they're going for taste. So they're not going to let seed oils in their special recipe.
right.
It's going to be extra virgin olive oil and so on.
But you guys, if you can't afford a higher end restaurant, do what I do. I bring my own dressing. There's no shame in that. Bring your own stuff. I have a purse. My family calls it the life bag because it has all the condiments that you would need.
Yeah, Primal Kitchen. There's a link in the
Absolutely.
description here. Primal Kitchen. Use the promo code, I think is Vitality1. Now, you can also get Primal Kitchen in grocery stores.
Absolutely.
Um, and it's made with olive oil.
Olive
I mean,
oil.
it's made with avocado oil. And there's not a lot of bad ingredients in it. So it's just simple things like that. And yes, it's more expensive to buy an apple that's organic and to
But
buy foods that are organic.
but it's going to save you in the health cost. And I'm a firm believer in that. It's going to save you in the long run. So spend a little upfront so that you get good quality things so that you don't have health problems in the future.
Yeah. And so that's how it's kind of easy, but it's kind of hard to
Mhm.
change your lifestyle, to change your food choices, and to be aware. The water. I mean, my wife and I, we've got 2 filters on the counter. It goes through this filter, then it goes through the next filter, then it goes into a glass jar that we drink. Um, so the water. I mean, it's
Hmm.
the air, the clothes. I mean, we could go on and on and on.
Good.
So it's just a matter of being aware of these things, educating yourself, and then acting on it. to
Yes.
change, whether you're a soon-to-be mother or whatever it may be, and the kids, because you were talking about, the leaky gut, and then that leaky gut is not taking the next step. That's what I heard anyway, to what is supposed to happen with their gut.
Right.
And then by the time they're teenagers, half of them have fatty liver.
Right.
They're
Absolutely.
behind the eight ball.
Yep. And now you've got a ton of medical bills because there's a ton of problems going on. So,
Right.
and take one thing at a time. Take one little change and make the change and then move on to the next thing. That's how you do it and don't break the bank either.
Yeah, and otherwise it's just going to be overwhelming.
Right.
You guys said it was easy. It's too much for me to even think about. I'm just going to go eat the cereal.
Right.
So, Nicole, if people want to find out more about what you do, the services that you offer, how do they reach out to you? How do they follow you on social media? How do they get a hold of you?
You can reach me at my email, which is thegutgirl1@gmail.com, or any social media platform of the Gut Girl NV.
Okay, Nicole, thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me.